Democratic and Republican presidential nominees, the third-party candidates found themselves largely stuck on the sidelines. Joining me now is Ralph Nader, former presidential candidate and longtime consumer advocate. Mr. Nader, good to visit with you. Thanks for your time.
Good morning, Peter.
You have run for president now several times. In 2000, you took in nearly 3 million votes, arguably affected the outcome of that race. This time, you took in fewer than 700,000 votes. So what's the takeaway for you in all these runs, and what do you think the public takeaway should be?
Well, I think the blackout from the mass media, except for a few cable stations like MSNBC, flowed from being excluded from the debates. The debates are the linchpin to reach tens of millions of people, and the Republican Democratic Party, Obama and McCain, control that stage, and they don't want anyone else on, even though a majority of the people in this country, in poll after poll from 2000 to now, wanted me by name, Ralph Nader, on the debates. But what was more important is that we were putting forward majoritarian issues. We were saying, look, you've got to do something about poverty. You've got to tax that which we like the least or dislike the most, like derivative speculation or a carbon tax, in order to shift the burden from ordinary working folks. You can't tax dividends and capital gains much less than tax on labor. That's not fair. You've got to reduce the enormous waste in the military budget and weapon systems that people in the Pentagon believe should never be manufactured, like the F-22. So the issue now is, how can our government get a few to give up some of their greed, power, and control so that streams of fairness, public works, unemployment compensation benefits are extended. The issue is not so much what to do, it's how does it get it done. And we are on our website, November5.org, are inviting people's interest to build Congress action groups in every congressional district to push Congress toward greater fairness and equity and justice in America. It's not going to be done, Peter, by just saying, I hope Obama does it, or I hope the Democrats can do it in Congress. It's got to be done from organization back home. That's why the key for us going forward is November5.org.
But Mr. Nader, let me ask you this question respectfully. Barack Obama representing a new generation of Americans when he steps into the White House. Although he's everybody's president, a young population voted overwhelmingly in favor for him. Are you the right messenger as a consumer and public rights advocate? Are you the right messenger for your message as we go forward?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, for 40 years I've been advancing those changes that the American people desire. Their health, safety, economic well-being, cracking down on predatory lending, for example, helping homeowners deal with this problem. And of course, in the past, motor vehicle safety, food safety, clean air, clean water. We have been on the cusp of what the American people would like America to be. Unfortunately, the political system is indentured to so much corporate power and corporate money that it doesn't reflect the majority of the American people in terms of what they do. Look at the minimum wage. It's now far less in purchasing power than it was in 1968. If it was adjusted for inflation, it would be $10 an hour. Instead, the federal minimum wage is $6.55 an hour. That's going backwards into the future. I think most people think if you work full-time, you earn enough money for the bare necessities of life. And tens of millions of Americans are not doing that now.
Then, Mr. Nader, let's take a step back if we can for a moment and get your reflections on this last week, a historic week by all accounts in American history. What are your thoughts today as you look back at the election of Barack Obama?
Well, I look at the symptoms. We do obviously have a lot of problems, economic, political, overseas, wars we shouldn't be in. But the most important thing is, are these large corporate lobbies in Washington afraid of the Obama administration? And they don't indicate that at all. Obama raised more money from corporate interests, Wall Street interests, by far than John McCain. Why are they investing in Obama? Because I think he's demonstrated that he's going to cater to them instead of try to change them. And that's why it's up to people. That's why it's up to the organized people back home. That's the only change American history has shown. Only when the people organize and focus on their government do we get any changes.
I'm just curious, though, as you look at these images of millions of people around the country, and certainly in Chicago, celebrating this new president, the first African-American. For you, as a person who's been a part of the political process for years, on a personal note, what was your reaction to that?
Well, going back to the civil rights struggles in the 50s, we often say, you know, things will be different if we have an African American as president on civil rights and the poverty issues, and we all wish him well. And hope is a very good motivation, but not when reality devours it every day. We have to be very, very grounded here, that we don't get too euphoric after the celebration stage, and we really concentrate on how to shift power from the few who have squandered so much of our economy and pension funds. Look at Wall Street and the bailout. Now they're demanding the taxpayers to bail them out. Auto companies mismanaged, etc. We got to focus on people in every congressional district organizing these Congress action groups, and I really entreat them to indicate their interest by logging into our new website, November5.org. This is nonpartisan.
Ralph
this is an attempt. Yes.
I was just going to say we appreciate it. We certainly appreciate you giving us the website information as well. Thank you for spending some time with us on this Sunday.
Thank you very much, Peter.
The Barack Obama campaign has